Happy Monday. What's that? Eclipse. Eclipse. Mauricio wanted me to make some Eclipse content. Okay. All right. So I was like, I'll make the best damn Eclipse content anyone's ever seen. All right. Let's call this how to eclipse your competition. Okay, so we have a problem here. This is how to eclipse your competition. So the problem is that you exist in a noisy market. Noisy market. Okay. The awesomeness is you sell very expensive things. Okay. Noisy market, you expensive things. Eclipse. Pay some of the money from the expensive things to eclipse the noise. Okay, so really at a high level, what we're looking to do is how these are serious buyers that you're selling into with serious problems and serious budgets. And what people generally try to do is they try to reduce CAC, but cost of customer acquisition. But it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all. The cost of customer acquisition, it can be a third of your LTV. And so if you have a lifetime value of $100,000, you can spend, and there's some funnel math here that I'm ignoring here, but let's assume for a closed one deal, you could spend, and this is venture math here, you could spend $33,000 to acquire this $100,000 customer. So if that's the case, and now this number gets reduced because this is closed one. So even if you assume that you're only going to close, let's say 20% of the deal, so you can spend $6,000 for a response, or $3K for a $50K ACV. For a lead, that's $3,000 for a response here, someone that's interested, right? That's a ton of money. So let's now think, instead of how do I get a lead, let's then think of a question. If I could spend $3,000 to acquire a lead, what would I spend the $3,000 on? Well, let's talk about categories here. Let's talk about direct mail. Let's talk about dinners. Let's talk about unique events. That's kind of cool. Let's talk about industry events you throw. That would be cool. Let's talk about gifts. Electronic. I'm going to talk about each of these sort of flavors here. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, here's a good idea. Oh, let's talk about there was a really great company that did this. I got Whiskey Rocks. Oh, Clips, you can't even predict it. All right, let's talk about these categories here. Direct mail. So I'm doing a handwritten campaign. Handwritten letter. I think I'm paying $2 to $5 per piece. So let's reverse into that math. So if I could spend $3,000 and let's say I'm paying $5, I could send 600 messages and only one needs to convert. Like, hire your local illustrator, folks. So direct mail is a really good play, and handwritten letters is just a great thing. It may take a while to do, and you do have to verify the person's location and the company location. But it's always nice to send a little note. Let's talk about champagne problems. Let's talk about a dinner. I talked about a dinner about, but let's talk about sending champagne. I'm going to tell you my favorite champagne. Guy de Forez champagne. This is like my favorite bottle of champagne, and it is cheap. Yes, I'm over 21, barely. This is a cheap bottle, $40. Okay, so it's a great bottle of champagne. All right, so $3,000 divided by 40. You could send 70. Well, okay, well, let's say it's 80 with shipping. You could send 40. Send 40 bottles, and that conversion rate. Do I think that that's going to have a 3% conversion rate to something? I do, which that's one, right? So one of those 40 bottles has to turn into a meeting to make this worth 3K. Now I saw this other thing, branded merch with their logo. So what you can do, here's kind of a cool little trick here. You can do this programmatically. You can go to logo.clearbit.com. Actually, let's see if they have blueprintgtm.com. Always time for a good plug. There is my logo. How amazing is that? And I bet you can drop this into AI and scale that too. I think Stable Diffusion has a model that does this. So you can program and you can type in any domain here. Let's type in another fun one, apple.com. You can get the domain of any company and then go send them branded merch with their logo on it, not yours. And say, I thought you might want to drink from a cup. Or actually, this would be a crazy good idea. Okay, let's do this. Let's go to LinkedIn. Go take their LinkedIn picture and API to print picture on a mug. There's for sure an API to do this. Okay, to discount mugs. All right, so so let's say that you could send someone a mug with their picture on it, and it looks like, let's see, these are custom mugs. No, I don't want to chat. Okay, let's say it's 70. No, let's say it's 35 bucks. All right, a $35 mug. All right, $3,000 divided by 35. You could send 85 mugs. It would be even more amazing if you could go find their spouse to put that on the mug. Branded merch. Let's also talk about a gift card to a local restaurant. You can use the Claygent to find it. I think I'm going to run this campaign for a client where I'm going to look at, the Claygent's going to look at the person city and find a 2 Michelin star restaurant. Now, a 2 Michelin star restaurant is going to be $300 for with inflation, $350. 3,000. Let's see how many Michelin star dinners need to be. You could send 9 Michelin star dinners. Are 10% of those? I think 10% of people are going to respond if you send them a Michelin star dinner. I would for sure take your email. And actually, what you could do is Michelin star dinners are amazing because I'm going to show you something really incredible that Spruce did when I was there. I took a client. Actually, I had a client take me there which is par for the course. They were paying me, and I'm like, you know what would be great is if you could pay me some more. All right, I have to show you this because this is the type of stuff that you can do if. Okay, this is. I'm wondering if I should show you this, because this is really funny, but this is not. Okay, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna tell you a story first, but then I'm gonna show you a totally different image. So when I went to Spruce, I was talking, I was talking about to the server about how I do growth, and they sent me a cake that was handwritten for the four of us something that says growth is an infinite game. It was a Simon Sinek quote. Um, so I don't have that, but I do have this picture. The biggest slot antique shop. I don't know why that's in my camera roll, but it is. Okay, so let's say dinners. Okay, let's talk about dinners. Dinners are great because you can invite, you can use LinkedIn location plus HQ location to validate where they are, and send a handwritten letter, an email, handwritten letter, or an email inviting them. So unique events. This is another one where you can get all of the prospects in an area. This is a really, really tricky one. So what you can basically do is go find all of your prospects in a city and say that you're inviting their peers, like name to Michelin star dinner, and you want to know if they wanted to come. So this is good because this is social proof arbitrage. You're literally just saying, hey, hey, Jordan, I'm inviting Doug Bell and blah, blah, blah to a dinner. And it's like, oh, shit, I know that guy. Or that guy's like really hot in the, in this space, and I would love to have a conversation with him. So you can arbitrage off of the value of someone else. The other kind of interesting way to do this, I'm super big. Uh-oh, you know what that means? Ugly. Oh, gosh. I just love this stuff. All right. I don't know what kind of a mood I woke him to this morning. I forgot what I was doing. Oh, yeah, I know what I was doing. All right. So in Clay, you actually can get let's look at my friend Daniel. All right. So you can see people also viewed, or people you may know. So you basically can go score these for ICP and or other similar profiles and be like, yo, these are the people that are going. Although, okay, Daniel's a nice guy, but he is no Jensen Wong. Dude, LinkedIn, come on. This is not the same. It's like a multi-billion-dollar market cap. All right. Industry events. So this is also this is the unique events. That's the same thing above. So you can get their peers together. Electronic gifts. I think that that was a swag company. I went on the Predictable Revenue podcast. Oh my gosh, I'm so terrible. She was very nice, but she sent me a basically money that I could go buy any gift on this link. So you can send them a link to pick out a gift. This is another kind of tricky play. Is you can say, I saw that CXO joined in the last 90 days. Want me to send them a welcome gift on you. I'll generate a link and you can send it. None of my branding. So here's the thing, about all of this, right? You notice one thing that has in common, and let's just put this in there. Let's gigantic. Actually, we need to go 100, 200. There is no sale. It's just about a memorable impression. That's a little bit too big. But this is the point, right? We're not actually all we're trying to do is create a memorable impression, and all of your sales are transactional. It's all about convert now, convert now, convert now. But there's a reason that everyone's interested in the eclipse. Because science has nothing to sell you. Because people were interested in it because it was novel. You know, you got to travel somewhere to see it, right? And there's nothing to sell. And so if you take this attitude and you realize that you have money to burn on making an impression, that the ACV of the customer is so high that all you can do is just get your buyers to respect you and to know you exist. And if you solve a true problem for them, a non-differentiated problem in a hungry market, that's the whole ball game. You don't have to do anything else. And people with these like, I'm gonna write paragraphs, I'm gonna have ChatGPT, like talk about blah blah blah. It's worthless, right? You could do something way cooler, way more bespoke, with no intention of pipeline conversion. And I'll tell you what, it'll convert. I'm over LinkedIn video size. This is gonna get clipped, but so I'm gonna have to post a summary video of this video and post this one to YouTube. Thanks for watching. Have a lovely Eclipse day. Catch you on the flip side.